Styling Radio. This is West Coast Paul on location from San Diego, California, and this is the Pure Adrenaline. Here on Thursday to you for the next 5 hours, bringing you some of the best rock, best alternate rock, and hey, talk about a subject or two. I'm here with my co-host back in the frozen tundra Midwest, Izzy. Hey, what's up, Izzy?
What's up, man? We have a heat wave going on. It's like 21 degrees.
Oh, that's awesome, because I head back home, back to the home base, I guess you could say, tomorrow. Done soaking up all the sunshine and everything I could get. It's a little overcast even here today, but you know what? An overcast day at the beach is a lot better than 25 degrees in the Midwest, but I kind of miss it. I kind of want to get back
what's crazy
home.
is when you come back next week, it starts warming up to like 40 in the 50s. So please bring that shit back.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm gonna load up everything I can in my suitcase and all the luggage and the airplane and come back and try to do it. But again, man, 40 and 50 in the Midwest this time of year, that is suntan weather. So, but I do got to admit, I caught a little bit of a tan, not much, but I did catch one, and I will probably have to detox from the amount of alcohol I've been having with fans out here and doing things. But it'll be good to be back home. I kind of, you the best part about leaving home is you miss it and you want to get back. And I know I was from the West Coast, but the Midwest is now my cup of tea. So
you go back and forth, because of family.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I do a bit. It's one good thing out here this week. The fires have calmed down. There's still the carnage now is being looked through. The winds did pick up a little bit the other day. But again, and they were concerned, but everything is kind of calmed down. That part I was good to see. Where I am is quite a bit of ways from where they were, so I got to enjoy some quite a bit of good R&R. Lord knows I need it. We work hard around styling, and then get a chance to take a few minutes and head somewhere with a wife. You know what? It's an awesome deal. So I gotta appreciate everybody back at the home base for taking care of things for me while I'm gone. And I can't wait to get back. So let me see on that. It's beautiful Thursday. That I guess talking about home, I want to, this part here, talk about something close to home. A word or a person known as Nashalak. And Nashalak was a couple of things. For those who are out in the Cadillac community, you knew that it as one, he was my brother, and that was his tag name on the internet for forums and for sites. He was one of the most known entities in the Cadillac world. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2015, but he had such an impact on my life when it came to racing and automotive. He was incredible. The second part of Nashalak is it was a car. It was a 1950 Nash where we put a Cadillac motor into it. It was a 1,200 horsepower street legal blown Cadillac motor, and that's where Nashalak, the car, and then he came from. And I've been trying to look for it after he passed. I had to move it on to somebody else who was going to take it to car shows and do something. And I'm trying to get in contact with them again because I'd like to know. Keep a little bit of that going. As I mentioned, you never got to meet him, and that's a shame. We've talked to him, I know, an awful lot. But as I say, things that he's got me involved in the industry. He believe it or not, he went a little bit older than me, but he loved rock music too. It was fun, and he did so many cars. He was the blower guy, but he had things that were, He's Z28. He had old school stuff. He custom built 7 or 8 cars that got sold to others, and they were incredible. But one of the funny little stories with him, and listeners out there, man, I want you to try this sometime. Go to a drive-through, and while you're sitting at the drive-through, sit at the window and rumble like an old school car motor, man. Just and do that for about 30 seconds. Everybody in the car, everybody in the drive-through will get used to it, and you're sitting there doing it, and then act like you slam on the gas pedal. So, and I did that this weekend. I had two of my kids and my wife in the car, or the weekend before I left, and it scared the living hell out of them. It was so funny. The chick in the drive-through, the window, she was taking my order, and she jumped and screamed. And when we got to the window, everybody inside was laughing because they could hear me. And then when it did it, they said everybody pretty much in there had to use the bathroom when they were done. I don't know, man. You're gonna have to try that sometime. It is just, it's one of the little things that you remember about stuff, and that's one of the funnest.
Oh yeah, I mean, always good times in the drive-through at cars. I mean, I was always the asshole that turned up the bass and shook the entire building. Yeah, people inside freaking out, like it was an earthquake or,
the windows are rattling in everybody else's car. And,
I mean, speaking of car audio sound systems, I mean, I had a Blazer, had 1612s in it. And about 65,000 watts of power. And it was, we did compete with it a little bit. It'd blow the front windshield out of it. I mean, it was crazy. So what's interesting about this car, or this truck, after a car show one day, we all met up at the mall. And the mall was closed on Sunday, right? And the mall was closed on Sunday. It was some kind of holiday or something, right? But the mall was closed, and I don't remember what holiday, whatever it was. But we were just parking lot pimping, and I was beating this thing and busted the windshield and, from the base and stuff. And next thing I know, these cops roll up, and they ain't mall security, they're cops. I set Famous Bar's security system off.
Oh, man, wow, really?
Yeah. And maybe the mall closed at 5 and we were there about 8 o'clock at night. I remember it was nighttime, and this thing was so loud, it set off their security system. They thought someone was breaking into Famous Bar.
Jesus Christ, man. That must have been something huge at what you had.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have that vehicle anymore. I actually sold it to this girl, and she had it for several years, and then she built another vehicle and sold it. And there's a guy it's been sold a couple times, but there's a guy in Pontoon Beach, Illinois, and he drives it to Grant City Steel to work every day. Now, of course, the subwoofers and all that has been taken out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I've tried to buy that damn truck back so many times, and he won't sell it. But he said one day he'll sell it back to me, and but yeah, that was interesting. And speaking of cars, Kai Kelly has Claude up for sale. If you guys are interested in owning some Kai Kelly memorabilia, $100,000 you could buy Claude right now.
Oh, that's a bargain, man. Those cars are expensive to build.
It's an 87 Buick Regal with a 977 Musi motor in it. And yeah, there's $68,000 underneath the hood. So yeah.
Wow, man. Somebody, you get it. You talk about instant gratification, instant being able to compete, instant having the chicks worship you. If you had the money and you could go out and get that car, especially with the history, the name on it, behind it of Kai Kelly, man, I'd go out and do it. If you've got the wherewithal, man, do it, because you will instantly become popular.
I'm gonna text Kai right now and be like, man, I give you $35,000 for it.
Yeah, and I can know what that response is going to be.
Yeah,
in any language, it's going to be freaking or.
He'll put laugh out loud. The damn motor's worth more than that. It'd be like, well, man, it is a used car.
Yeah, exactly, man. They lose all their value once you race them once. See.
Yeah. So I mean.
Oh, man, he might get so angry. He might come on the air here one time and tell you what he thinks. So we'll see. I'd like to, we'll work and see if we get Kai Kelly on the show. How about that?
We'll have to have Kai Kelly on here sometimes. We will eventually start getting some guests on here.
Yeah. Yep.
hell, we had a guest on Tuesday's show and about broke the internet.
Oh, Summer Richardson.
Yeah.
For those out there, the recap, NHRA, basically, well, not basically, they did tell her that OnlyFans is no longer eligible to be a sponsor on your car. If you don't do it, we're going to fine you $10,000, I believe it was a week, and pull your license and basically blacklist you from the industry. And so she, during this week, she's been scrambling. And, if you get a chance, the interview will be posted up and should be posted up on Styling Radio. And then, everybody listen to it because it was a great interview.
Yeah.
And the story's fantastic. And, we'll see how the NHRA responds.
Yeah, we, back when I was on the morning show, we did a lot of guests all the time, you know what I'm saying? Nonstop.
Yeah.
And so, with the afternoon show and Leslie's show and your show, we're going to get back into that interviewing stuff. It's just getting everybody scheduled, So
we're talking to a lot of people out there, guys, and you know what? It'll be fun.
Well, it's like Tony McKinney texts me all the time. He's like, "Hey, when you want me to come on the radio?" And Scott Taylor, John Doe, and Chuck 55. A lot of the Street Outlaw guys is not a big deal, but yes, we want them on the show, but and you guys love to hear from them, it's just getting everything scheduled, and that's what it is. So, more and more you listen, more and more we're going to start doing more and more stuff. So
yeah, because they're out right now prepping for the upcoming stuff, getting their gear ready, doing things, and once they get some things scheduled up themselves and they have a better understanding, we'll be able to get some good people in here for some insight and into what's going on in that world.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and on that note, guys, we're going to go in. We got a commercial coming up and back to the music here on Pure Adrenaline on Styling Radio.
Hey, West Coast Paul out.